Hello drama lovers, welcome back to Mao Chanel and don't forget to like and follow us. Breaking news. What if the love story you thought only existed on screen turned out to be real when Zhang Linghe and Zhao Jinmai were caught sharing a kiss off camera, a moment far too intimate to be scripted? Fans around the world were left breathless. Was it just a slip of emotion or the beginning of a hidden romance unfolding right before our eyes? Zhang Linghe and Zhao Jinmai have always been adored for their on-screen chemistry. From the very first moment they appeared together, fans whispered about the sparks between them, calling their connection too natural to be just acting. But no one was prepared for what surfaced recently, a private kiss that didn't belong to any script, any director SQ, or any fictional storyline. It began with behind-the-scenes footage that was never meant to be shared. Linghe and Jinmai were waiting between takes, the cameras rolling quietly in the background. At first, it was nothing unusual, two co-stars laughing, leaning close, whispering something only they could hear. But then, in the softest and most unguarded way, their lips touched. Not as characters, not as part of a drama, but as themselves. The air online shifted instantly. Clips circulated, fans replayed them endlessly, asking the same burning question: was this real? To understand why this moment sent shockwaves, we have to step back and remember who these two are. Zhang Linghe, known for his striking presence in costume dramas, has always carried himself with a gentlemanly aura. He is admired for being calm, poised, and often distant when it comes to his personal life. Meanwhile, Zhao Jinmai is the nation's beloved youthful goddess, a rising star whose innocence and warmth have made her a symbol of purity in the entertainment world. Together, they represent an almost untouchable pairing, the reserved prince and the radiant princess. Fans adored them on screen because it felt like watching a fairy tale come to life. Yet, what unfolded that day was no fairy tale, it was reality slipping through the cracks of performance. The kiss wasn't dramatic or exaggerated the way K-drama kisses often are. It wasn't angled for the camera or drawn out for tension. It was short, unpolished, and tender, the kind of kiss that happens when two people forget the world around them for just a heartbeat. That's why it shook everyone so deeply. Because it didn't look like acting. It looked like love. And in that fragile moment, something shifted, not just between Linghe and Jinmai, but in the eyes of millions watching. The line between real and real had blurred, and fans found themselves questioning, have we been witnessing a love story all along, hidden behind a veil of drama? But as the clips spread, so did the debates. Some insisted it must have been a rehearsal, an outtake, something scripted but misunderstood. Others argued with fierce conviction, you can't fake that kind of intimacy. And maybe they're right. Because what came next would only deepen the mystery. In the days that followed, media outlets scrambled to reach both stars for comment. Agencies stayed silent, fueling even more speculation. Neither Linghe nor Jinmai addressed the incident directly, choosing silence over denial, which fans took as its own kind of confirmation. But silence can be louder than words. On Weibo and international fan forums, hashtags like Zhang Linghe Zhao Jinmai kiss and real or real trend for days. Some fans celebrated with tears in their eyes, saying, if this is real, then our fairy tale couple truly exists. Others worried about the pressures this revelation might bring. After all, the Chinese entertainment industry is notoriously strict when it comes to idols dating, especially when one star is seen as the embodiment of youth and innocence. For Zhao Jinmai, the stakes feel even higher. She is young, at the peak of her rising career, adored by families and seen as a national sweetheart. A public romance could either catapult her into a new realm of relatability or risk reshaping the very image she has carefully built. For Zhang Linghe, who has often spoken about valuing privacy, the exposure could test his boundaries in ways he's never experienced. But beyond the industry politics and public opinion lies something simpler and far more human. Two people caught in a moment of vulnerability. When fans slowed down the footage, analyzing every frame, they noticed details that words can't deny. The way Linghe's hand hovered protectively near Jinmai's back. The way her smile lingered after the kiss, shy but unmistakably genuine. The way their eyes met for just a second too long, as if acknowledging something that could no longer be hidden. These details aren't rehearsed. They're not written in a script. They're the quiet truths of human affection. And maybe that's why fans felt their own hearts pulled into the story not as spectators, but as witnesses to something real. And yet, with every fairy tale moment comes a shadow of doubt. Was this truly love blooming, or just emotion slipping in the heat of the moment? Could it have been nothing more than playful curiosity, misinterpreted by a world eager for romance? No one knows for certain. But what we do know is this: after that kiss, nothing between Zhang Linghe and Zhao Jinmai will ever be viewed the same way again. And what unfolded next, away from the cameras, would leave fans more desperate than ever for answers. Not long after the clip went viral, eagle-eyed fans began spotting subtle changes in the way the two interacted in public. During press events, they seemed more careful, almost too careful, keeping a polite distance where once there had been easy familiarity. At the same time, those rare moments of closeness when their eyes locked, when laughter slipped out too naturally, felt even more charged. It was as though the world had caught them off guard, and now every move was being scrutinized. Still, no amount of caution could erase the undeniable warmth that seemed to pass between them. Fans pointed to tiny gestures, the way Linghe instinctively adjusted Jinmai's microphone on stage, his fingers brushing hers for just a heartbeat, the way she leaned ever so slightly toward him, as if drawn by an invisible thread. These details became treasures, dissected endlessly online, each one feeding the narrative that something more than friendship tied them together. But with adoration comes pressure. The fandom began to split, some urging them to embrace their love publicly, others warning that exposure could harm their futures. Comment sections turned into battlegrounds between hope and fear, between those who believed in protecting their idols and those who longed to see them free. And in the middle of it all, Linghe and Jinmai remained silent. Their silence became its own kind of dialogue. Every unspoken word,